Welcome back to the Now Morning Show, guys. I'm Kimberly D'Souza, and it is Tobago Thursday. And usually on Tobago Thursday, we head across to our folks in Tobago and check in with them. And today we have none other than newly sworn in Senator Laurence Hislop. I was about to say Lawrence Bishop. Senator Laurence Hislop, who is on the line with us just to talk about how he made that transition from banking and, of course, to IT, and then, of course, to politics. So, Senator Hislop, good morning, and thank you so much for joining us on Now.
Good morning, good morning. Thank you for having me.
How are you this morning? We got you up early this morning.
No, well, I'm usually up early, so I'm fine.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I'm usually up early, yeah.
Now, of course, Senator, you would have made the transition from IT, and of course, then you went to the banking sector, and now you are in politics. I mean, how did that jump happen?
Well, in between all of that, there's some other stuff because I left the bank a few years now. Because I did IT in the bank. I worked for a particular one of the major banks for a number of years. And decided to transition into my own business and into construction and equipment and so on. And the transition into politics came through a request to try out for the Tobago House of Assembly election that passed in December. Politics is never on my horizon, although I am an avid listener of politics. Never felt that participating in politics was on the horizon. But the request came if I was interested. Took some time to think about it and so on, and then made the decision to try representational politics. And I'm here. This is where I am today due to that choice that I made.
But I mean, Mr. Hislop, I think you would have contested the seat in 2021 and you were not successful.
Yeah.
I mean, moving from that, of course, to a senator now in the upper house, did you think you'd ever make it this far?
No, I had actually, after the election, I decided to stick around with the party and to be involved in terms of the rebuilding after we lost. Because it's a party that I've always supported. I was always a member, but never a very active member. And then when I got the opportunity to be active to this level, I decided even after the loss to stick around and to help with the restructuring in Tobago. So I never thought that I would be here. I actually asked myself quite a few times, how did you get here? How did you become a senator? This was never your desire, your goal. It's never something that you looked for. But I'm a firm believer and a firm truster in God, and if that is where He sees me or where He thinks I should be at this particular time, then this is where I am. But never thought in my wildest dreams that I would be called a senator of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago.
Wow. Now, obviously, there was something that Dr. Rowley saw in you that would have made him want you to, serve in the upper house. Is there anything in particular you think that you could bring different to, the parliamentarians now?
Well, for persons who know me, they know that I never like to really talk about myself. I guess it's because of how we were raised, and I'm referring to myself and my brothers. But I pride myself in being a very calm, very, very humble person. And even saying that I'm humble is a challenge for me. But I pride myself in being a very calm individual, very, very deliberate in how I make decisions at times. And I think the upper house is a place that requires a level of, you must be level-headed, you must be calm, because it's the upper house. It's where when you hear senator, you think that you're apart from the wrangle and tangle of representational politics. Not to diminish the work that is done in the House of Representatives, but when you appointed a senator, it is expected a level of decorum from you. So it is something that I pride myself in, and so I believe that Laurence Hislop, who he is going to add to the Senate in terms of his personality, this calm disposition, and this deliberate decision making on an individual.
Now, Mr. Hislop, is there any or are there any bills or policies that you're eager to begin, debating on as we seek change for Tobago?
The thing about it is, I pride myself in being a team player, um, but I believe we are going to have, especially this motion that was brought yesterday. I believe when it comes to the upper house, it will be a beautiful debate. It will be an interesting debate, because I think Trinidad has this opportunity now to experience what Tobago has been experiencing for so long. Yes, in Tobago, we are not where we would like to be in terms of the level of autonomy for the THA. But as it stands now, if you have your regional corporation with the level of autonomy that Tobago has in the Tobago House of Assembly, or even something close to that, I think your regional corporations are going to be way better off. Your regions, your communities are going to be better off. Because I know when our brothers and sisters from Trinidad come to Tobago, they refer to especially the roads, the conditions of the roads, and how well maintained the roads are in Tobago. And I think it's just simply from that perspective, if if that bill is passed, if there is significant local government reform in Trinidad, I think the communities would benefit, the burgesses would benefit, as well as the entire country of Trinidad and Tobago would benefit. So it's one of the areas that I'm eagerly looking forward to, and if chosen to contribute, will be willing to contribute.
Nice. Now, I read somewhere, Mr. Hislop, that you are a devout Adventist, and I was just wondering how you
Uh-huh.
intend to balance, of course, politics with your religion.
But well, I like the word I like the word devout. I would like to say that I'm a devout Christian. I am a Seventh Day Adventist. I'm a member of the Seventh Day Adventist Church. But before I'm a member of the Seventh Day Adventist Church, I'm a devout Christian and believer in Jesus Christ and what He has done for me. And I think service is critical for anybody who claims to be a Christian. And so, even though I'm a Seventh Day Adventist, service is required, or service uh, uh, is who you should be as a Christian, because Christ has called us to be the salt. And if you're in the world, no matter what sphere of life you're in, you are expected to make a difference. You're expected to add some flavor to the pot. So so as a Christian, um, as a senator in the Senate, I'm expected to add some flavor because I'm a Christian, and so I don't see it as being a balancing act. I see it as being all inclusive. I see it as I see it as my Christianity being incorporated into my senatorial duties and even into politics.
I'm almost speechless by that by that response on it. So that was actually well done. But
Thank
I'm
you very
also
much.
thinking, of course, of me because we had the former Minister of Agriculture who actually resigned his position because, of course, he found it a bit difficult to manage, politics and family. I mean, do you
Yeah.
anticipate that challenges moving into this new role?
No, the beauty, well, the thing about it is I have two, and I don't know where you guys pull these pictures from. I guess it's on Facebook, but I have two grown children, 21 and 25. And my son is presently, these are some old pictures, TTT. Come on, man. my, my son is is presently studying in the United States. My wife is in the UK, and so and my daughter is here, but my daughter is a big woman. Um, so there isn't this challenge of I think balance. I think um, the schedule of a senator um, is not as hectic as maybe say a minister. And then on top of that, my family is spread. So before I got into politics, we were already spread across the globe. And so I don't see it as being difficult.
Right. Now, Senator, I know that the Hislop surname is actually very
Uh,
renowned, I believe, in Mason Hall and in Tobago. Do
yeah.
you feel any fear or, any kind of, trepidation, I guess, that you may not be able to carry on that legacy?
You still legacy. No, I don't. I don't. My family is who we are. Um, so in terms of setting a legacy, I don't know if that is required or even something to think about. I think the biggest thing for me is yes, representing my family, but also representing my Christianity. My family isn't perfect. My family has its own challenges as every family. Um, and I am not perfect. I have my own challenges. So what I intend to do is to just do what I have to do to the best of my ability and to um, make my God proud, first and foremost, and my family. So I will continue to do. I continue to be who I am. I don't changing is not going to be on the cards in terms of me moving from who Lawrence is, a regular guy. Even though I have been given this title, Lawrence is Lawrence. I'm going to still hang out with my friends, my family, by my brother's garage in Misnol. Still old talk when I need to, even though I have to be mindful of what I say and who's around and so on. But I am who I am and will continue to be Lawrence.
Nice. Let's look ahead a little bit. I mean, in terms of what you're, looking forward to, after,
Mm.
serving in the upper house. I mean, any plans thus far?
Um, as I said before, I'm a team player. When it comes to politics, I never thought I'd be here. So to sit and say that I'm going to put things down on paper in terms of where I want to be in this political arena, that's not who I am. Because if I had to put something down on paper after December 6th, I would not have put down senator. so and even before December 6th, I would not have put down candidate. Um, so when it comes to where my life is now and where it's going, um, especially in the political arena, I am not going to put anything down on paper. Wherever God leads and whatever doors God would open, um, I give Him praise and thanks for it, and would do it to the best of my ability. In terms of my senatorial duties and bringing service to people, being a team player, being part of the government and the governance structure, uh, I see I see this as me having influence, and so influence can redound to making people's lives better, which is one of the first reasons I got involved in politics. And so wherever I could use my influence, wherever I could share with young people and even adults that you never know where life is going to take you. You just have to be prepared for where life takes you. That's how I see it, and I'll serve in that capacity, knowing the limitations that a senatorial portfolio has, but also using to my advantage the privileges that are afforded to me in this place to make people's lives better.
Senator, and we are almost out of time, but I have one more question for you. I just wanted to pick your
Sure.
brain in terms of what vision you have for Tobago.
So, Tobago has to continue to grow. Um, one of the passions that I have is agriculture, and so I would love to see Tobago become practically self-sufficient in terms of being able to feed itself. And when we are able to feed ourselves, then we are in a better place. with all the infrastructure developments that have happened in Tobago over the years, and the development of people, through all the educational initiatives and so on that would have taken place before. I think now is the right time for us to be able to spend some time and some money into developing the capacity to feed ourselves. And so I would love to see Tobago become self-sufficient in feeding itself. And I think we'd be on a beautiful trajectory to take us even to a higher level.
Senator Laurence Hislop, thank you so much for joining us. So now, the most I can tell you, of course, is to continue to enjoy Tobago for all of us. And we'll chat again soon.
I will. And it's open, don't worry. It's open, man. Come across and enjoy. I heard you guys talking this morning, so yeah, make that trip.
Yeah. We have been hinting it and trying to manifest it, so who knows what's going to happen.
Yeah, make that trip happen.
Thanks again, Senator. Have a great day.
No problem. Thanks for having me. You as well.